Hi everybody. Sorry for the late hour, but I'll try to be quick. So nice to meet you. I'm presenting on behalf of Nitzer Gary and myself. We are from the Open University of Israel, and I'll show you a glimpse of our LMS. We've been researching for over 10 years, mostly video research, but now recently we did some conceptual research on what it means to have a platform that has both the pedagogical intent into it and the learning analytics. This is our team. It's a huge team of educational technology back home, and we were fortunate to have a dean of educational technology that supported us and gave us all the budget and political guidance to raise this effort on. But he was under an illness and died not so long ago. This is our university. We have over 52,000 students, 1,100 teaching faculty, no admission, no prerequisites. We have 800 courses. 80% of our students study online post-COVID, and we've been using Zoom since 2014. Before COVID, we had 30 students online. Post-COVID, it's 80%. So video is a strong component of what we're doing. Why are we here? Well, we were trying to figure out how to come up with a revised version of our LMS and try to do our best to connect pedagogical intent into the Moodle course into the new Moodle course format and integrate learning analytics inside our LMS and not as an external platform. We used the Enigma code of Lockhart and Heathcote and Dawson, which define learning design as a form of documentation of pedagogical intent that can provide the context for making sense of diverse sets of analytic data. What does that mean? I'll show you in a minute. So let's begin with what is the pedagogical design for digital course development. In the Open University, a faculty doesn't devise his course alone. It's a team effort. We have academic assistant, digital pedagogy, copyrights people, content editors, project management, video productions, graphics, and teaching faculty that all join together to create the perfect course for our students. When we come up to design a new course, there's everything on the table. It's a whole lot of mess. We have learning outcomes, Zoom sessions. What will be in the Zoom sessions? What do we want to teach asynchronous? We have the content hierarchy. Well, you see it. Then we move unit to choose which of the textbook pages do you need, which references will you need for every unit, do you need video lectures, what will be offline and what should be online, what do you want assessment to be doing. So we have 200 courses out of the 800 that migrated to this type of format. I'll show you in a minute how it looks in our LMS, and it's very structured and very elaborate and refined so that when students join these sessions, they can study either with teaching sessions or by themselves. Well, how will we know that the design works? Well, we thought that we cannot know that as learning analytics professionals, but the lecturers do know. They know what they planned, and they will be the only ones who know when it's broken. And when we asked them, what is your pedagogical intent? How would you know that you're successful? Well, they told us if students join the course and have actual engagement, if they're participating in the tutoring sessions that we have prepared, if they're completing all the sequence of events and tasks that we prepared for them and have successful assessment of assignments, then yes, they are fulfilling what we have designed. So let's see how we develop that. I'll show you it both from the student view and from the instructor view. Well, you know Formula One, repair pit, we do it other ways. Every few months or years, we take the Moodle core out, we put in a new car, and we combine back our OUI plugins. And this is how it looks currently. We're working on the next level. Probably next year I can show it. It's Hebrew, so it's right to left. I'm sorry for that. So we have the first format that you can see. It's content oriented, so you can either access the full textbook or the assignments or just go past all the recorded session. And we have all the digital textbooks on the platform because we are Israel's largest publisher, and so we have the books inside. We have all the videos and interaction on the videos. But what I want to show you today is the sequencing mechanism that we have developed, and what you can see now is the student view. So what the student sees is his own progress. So he sees the units that he has completed. For each unit he sees how many subtopics there are. He knows where the class is. This is the current topic. And he knows what he has completed. So this student is doing quite well. Inside every unit, you see all the subtopics. And in every subtopic, we can have video lectures. We can have the specific pages from the textbook, so that when you're asked to read pages 1 to 3, why not put pages 1 to 3 inside the LMS? So you just need to read these pages right now. You can put in study guides, videos, and some questions. These are not the difficult questions. We call them conscience questions. If you can answer them, you were conscious over the last minutes. So if not, then you probably don't want to carry on your work and just pause for a minute, go shopping, do something else. You are in no shape to go on learning. We can add in some simulations, some animations, and stuff. Now we get to the actual part of this conference, Embedded Learning Analytics, and I was present in LAC 16, and I came back home with a lot of dashboards and a lot of theories. And imagine what I got as a response. First of all, we don't need all these dashboards. Less is more. Give us the minimum amount of dashboards that can give us something to work with. Teachers are not learning analytic researchers. Well, that was a surprise. They told me, don't bother us with your learning analytic theories. We have enough of our own. That was surprising. Teachers are not data scientists. Sure, build whatever you want, but we won't use it. And then teachers will not learn yet another platform. We showed them all these platforms and they said, okay, use it, but we don't want to know about it. So having learned all that, we came up with a maturity model for learning analytics in our university. I'll walk you through the various stages. As you can see on the left, you see ethics. In ethics, we developed a learning analytic committee which had students and representatives from all of the university stakeholders, senior faculty, both from the administrative sections and from the teaching faculty. Second thing, self-limiting ourselves only to dynamic VLE data and not to static data, because if you were born in a zip code, and we heard that in previous sessions, well, you cannot change that. So why use this data? We only focus on data that can be used and can help students to improve themselves. Prefer aggregated data rather than personal when available. Avoid black boxes. Don't rush to predictive analytics. And if you can change or improve, why measure? Okay, so this helped us to throw out many of our dashboards, and you can read about it more in the paper that Nitsa and I wrote. Let's go to stage number 1. It's all about visual description. So now that you have your pedagogical intent in front of your eyes, let's see how you measure against what you plan to achieve. So this is the student's view, and this is what our lecturer sees. They see the progress of the students. They see the completion for every step that they have planned. So green is full completion, yellow is we began working on it, and white is students who never accessed this unit as of now. Now, is it okay? Well, it depends when you look at this dashboard. On the first week, this is phenomenal. Your students are running all along, and usually we see all the gifted children pace very quickly to complete all their studies. After 1 month, they're done. They're done with the course, they have submitted all their projects, and they're over to the next one. But after 5 months, maybe not. So it depends. Every teacher knows in every time if this is okay or not. Second stage, we don't want to look at what's happening, we want also to act upon it. So in a course level, we provide some alerts for teachers, and for instance, here you see too many mistakes. Well, too many mistakes is not so good. I wanted to plan it to the best of my ability, but still something went wrong, so I want to drill in and see why. So I go out, these are all the subtopics, and I see that this question students weren't successful on it. So I go into the question and I look, what happened? Well, I see that 12% got it correct, but only after 2.6 attempts. 56% got it wrong and gave up after 1.6 attempts, and 32% never tried to solve this question. Well, then I must act. And this is the power of embedded learning analytics, because you can now connect with your students. So we just mark the topics that led to this question, and then we send a forum message to all the students telling them, look, this question had a problem. It was my fault. Here is a short video clip with a tip. Or maybe the pronunciation of the question wasn't properly written, and then I will correct it and try it again. After I do that, I look back at the data a day afterwards and I see, did this comment, did this alert evaporate? If so, I have the solution, but it's not a solution for this course only, for this session only. I will amend the question inside the LMS, and this problem won't occur anymore. So we have created an ongoing dynamics of improvement to our course design. Let's go to the next stage. Stage number 3, instructor personalized support. Remember all these dimensions? Well, we try to make a minimum intervention, a minimum number of interventions. For instance, after 1 week, we ask our lecturers to look and see what is the percentage of students who access the LMS at least once. And we send them a nice personalized letter. This letter is meant not just as a technical one, it's meant to hear the feedback from the students. And so we write the students, hi, each one will get his own personalized account. Again, welcome to the course. Our website has a plethora of learning resources for you. The first assignment is due by March 28th. And now you get feedback from the students. They write you, well, look, my grandmother lost my assignment, my dog was ill, and all sorts of excuses. And usually we accept them and say, it's okay, submit the task. We'll give you another 3 days. So this is an opening for discussion. During COVID, students were amazed to see that someone actually cared for them. And someone actually cared for them on time and not when it was too late. And so they wrote a very warm letter of thank yous to lecturers who really took the time and reached out for them, waiting for their response, sincerely. We can also do this on a live session. So here you see students who didn't join either the live session or the recordings. And so these students, let's look for the first one, for instance. He never joined anything. I don't know. If it's week 1, it's worthwhile contacting. On week 3, maybe not. And you can also see lesson number 2 here, which probably the students don't know that it's important, but if I only address these guys, you see, I just check these boxes, I'll only approach them. Fourth, it's where we are currently in our development. We are trying to create our best practice guidelines, which will deal with these questions. Which interventions were found to be effective? When should we intervene? We assume that it will be up to 4 times a semester. What should we say? Well, you saw the last approach. It should be a call to action. It should be motivational, and it should be informational. It should include information. Who should be initiating the intervention? Will I be getting a post from a bot, an AI bot, or someone human? This is crucial for our development. And when will it happen? So if you're interested in these questions, please approach us, and this is the time when we are now starting to write our research on it. Last stage, we're still waiting, but we expect to make some analysis on the big courses. We have courses with over 1,000 students. First semester, for students who this is their first semester, and especially for students which are unprivileged and come from various backgrounds, these are the crucial semester. And it's not just open admission. We have to make sure that once they register, we give them all the support to complete the course successfully, because this will be the defining point if they stay or lose hope. Okay, our internal debate currently goes out. Is it a big brother, paternalism, and does it undermine students' natural self-regulated learning? Or is it a matter of care or scaffolding, or our responsibility as a national charter to make sure that students who came without the proper background have the chance, the actual chance to do good? And if we don't do this, I think it's neglect. Because if you have the data and you have the opportunity to help on time and you don't do that, then it's neglect. Well, now people ask us, how can your learning analytics help me? And as an Israeli, you answer back with 3 more questions. Well, what did you plan? What were your pedagogical intentions? And how did you implement them in your Moodle? And when someone doesn't have an answer to these questions, well, then I tell them, well, I don't know if learning analytics has anything to offer you. So let's connect, and I hope now you see this connection between the pedagogical intent and the embedded learning analytics at the Open University of Israel. Thank you.